gives me great pleasure to introduce episode 118 of the Sussex by the Sea podcast, the Isthmian League Premier League fan roundtable, and I've got some wonderful guests here. I've got Lee Parnell from the mighty Hastings United, the vlogger. He's an absolute vlogger, and I won't say what he does to trains, but we'll move on from that straight away.
All right, move on.
Yeah, move on. We got Terry Scott from Margate back again. Feeling a little bit better because you've been under the weather. Poor old Terry. And we've got the wonderful John Andrews from Canvey Island, the only team in that island, the freshest smelling team in Canvey. And we've got Mark Gorry. Yeah, sorry, I love you too, darling. And Mark Gorry from the mighty Whitehawk. Absolutely fantastic to have you on, Mark.
Thank you, mate.
As we normally do, we always ask a person who's first person guest, be it a Hastings fan, whoever. Please tell me how you fell in love with the Hawks.
Yeah, so I suppose when I first fell in love with the Hawks was way back when I was, I reckon, probably about 8 or 9. I actually moved to the estate from London when I was 2, so I wasn't originally born here. I was born in West London. That's where my family live. They're all, unfortunately, all QPR fans.
Oh, so am I. Yeah, I'm West London. Anyway, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, they're all QPR.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I never really had a team when I come down here. Obviously, I fell in love with Brighton of Albion. I'm a Brighton of Albion supporter as well. But yeah, moved to the estate. Lived in the estate ever since then, and became, growing up, went to school, and all my mates played for Whitehawk, and it was a team, do you know what I mean, to play for, because it was where all the apparently good players sort of plays at. So there was me, little fat chubby ginger one, trying to run around and play with everyone. But I loved it, and I fell in love with the club, and it's the same sort of mentality there now than what it was when I was a kid. It's just always sort of that hunger to want to win and achieve, and it's just always been a really, really sort of welcoming club, and to me it's my home sort of thing. So every time I walk in the clubhouse at the enclosed, it's like walking in home. You literally you walk in, you see the same faces, and you do the same sort of routine of shaking everyone's hands and saying hello, and following a moment away. I'll admit, probably not that long. I've been doing it back again. So I used to go when I was a bit younger, but last few seasons we've all started going along. Me and a group of friends, and we go home and away probably most weeks, if not every week. And it's just it's a journey. That's sort of how and why I fell in love. Obviously, I'm from the area, love the community, always have, and that's what the football club represents, community, and it always has. So you always feel at home there. That's why I love it.
Well, talking of being at home there, you took half of Hastings' team. They were at home at Whitehawk for a while. I mean, what was that like in terms of, like, you come up and your boss decided that to stay at this level, he's going to get in some experienced players and things like that. I mean, how did they all take? Because there has been quite a bit of change in your squad over this season.
Well, Dicko come in, Jack Dixon come in, and obviously took the armband when Chief left, Robert Hall left. It was a bit of a weird sort of transition. I mean, from like a fan's perspective, we was all excited. We, after that promotion last season, was just incredible the way it finished, and obviously the scenes after, you all see it, everyone on the pitch, and it was just an unbelievable moment. And we lost quite a few faces that were integral to obviously the promotion, and obviously we've seen a few of them come back now, including Rob and Charlie Harris. But we lost quite a few faces, and we got these boys in, Charlie Walker, Ben Pope, unfortunately, just didn't really hit the ground running, I don't think, with us. We thought obviously that link-up play with Charlie Walker and Jack would be the sort of thing that would really propel us, but it hasn't. I mean, Charlie scored a hat-trick a couple of weeks ago. or a couple of games ago. I mean, the games are every other day now, it seems, at the minute. But yeah, so then Jack's come and gone. But as a captain, he was quite good. Thought he galvanised the boys quite well. Obviously, a completely different type leader and captain on the pitch and in the dressing room than what Rob O'Toole is. And obviously, the way Rob O'Toole went about his business to help us get promoted last season was massive. So yeah, sort of big shoes to fill for him. And I don't know if it was a pressure or whatever got to him, but he's a lovely bloke, and he's good.
Yeah,
He's
he
a very
is.
good, and he's
Bloke.
you know, he's a really, really nice bloke, and he's got a lot of time for everybody, you know. But I just don't, for whatever reason, didn't work out. But
Homesick,
yeah,
Mark. He was homesick.
he was, mate.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, Charlie Walker's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Again, as a person, he's just class, Charlie. But as a player as well, he can just create something from nothing, can't he? Really, and you know. But yeah, so I mean, out of them ones that come over, Charlie's still here and still scoring. So I suppose he's the one that's, you know, done well. And unfortunately for the other two, Popey went to Lancing.
Ryan Worrell still knocking about, mate.
Yeah, Rye's there. I forgot about Rye, but yeah, Rye. Yeah. Rye's there. Rye's again another character. He's literally the character. He's the class clown in the dressing room, Rye. But he's a good player, technically very good. I think sometimes in the moment sometimes that moment overcomes to him, if that makes sense. You know, he gets on the ball and he'll just make that one touch too many or overhit a pass and things like that. But yeah, another good player. But yeah, it was. We've had a few of them back now. Like I said, Charlie Harris has come back, Rob O'Toole come back. So we're trying to build that mould, I think, again for that sort of promotion push we had last season. Trying to sort of get that dressing room back together and see if it can be anything like last season. If we can squeeze in there. Got a few games in hand over some teams, a couple of on the others. If we win them games in hand, then who knows? It's football. Anything can happen, especially in these divisions and the ISTHMIAN Prem as well. Anything can literally happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's anyway. Yeah. I mean, you've said it really. There's so many funny results in this league where you're just thinking that's a home or away banker, and then you just get surprised.
Yeah.
So moving on to Canvey, John. Canvey, who, I mean, you were worried, weren't you? You were worried last time I spoke to you, and
there you go, mate. You can see it was for a good reason. I think when we last pick up, I mean, it was after the Billericay one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So 2 defeats and a draw since then. I mean, obviously we went down to Margate. I think one day aside from you, Chris, I will be able to have a sign over someone in this podcast, but until then, I think I'll be the whipping boy. I'm sure Terry's waiting for that one. We didn't really play well that day. I mean, I think a few of us had this creeping suspicion. We thought, we sort of looked at their record, like, and won since November, and we thought, yeah, you know what, this will be the game that we somehow miraculously screw up. And now we did. We got outdone by, I'll say, we start the game all right, went 1-0 up, and then just forgot how to defend for about the next 35 minutes. Undone by a very good performance from a good player in that Ben Greenlaw. I really say his second name, I can never quite tell.
Greenhow.
Greenhow, that's it. I'm glad you're on. That's correct, yeah. But yeah, second half, I mean, we tried sort of coming back into it, actually managed to play the ball on the floor for once, which what we should really do on a 3G pitch when we're on it. But it's, after that, really, we just kind of huffed and puffed. Just didn't seem to have much about us. And then having to go to Cray, I think it was next, on the Wednesday night. Again, it was just kind of like a game of two halves, really. We just were pretty awful to watch in the first half, give them 2 cheap goals. Somehow, I don't know if anyone's seen it, we somehow survived the most bizarre offside decision.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ever say. Even we were laughing at that down the other end. I was like, how on earth are they not giving that goal? Yeah. We were just thinking, that's just an absolute calamity from the ref. But, you know, it probably helped us in a way because, I mean, we'd gone 3 down, then that would have been it. But we got ourselves back in the game a bit, actually started to look like we were playing a good bit of football. Just left ourselves with too much to do really by that point. So that made it a bit frustrating. And then I think it's obviously going to be the case now, making home form count really. So took it to Cole Shelton at the weekend, and it was a much better performance really. I mean, I suppose people look at it on paper think 0-0, probably a bit of a drab game. It was actually quite an exciting game. And both keepers were really good. Our keeper probably one of his best performances of the season. It was saved particularly in the second half he made, where he's just, I think still were about 5 yards away. They've got a really good striker, Cole Shelton. He just sort of tipped the ball, looked like he was going to loop over him, and he's just managed to tip it onto the crossbar.
Oh, nice.
But
nice.
Yeah, so it was good to watch in that regard. And then he got a goal ruled out at the very last minute. Slightly dubious offside. Our manager weren't happy, to say the least. I don't think many of us were. The linesman didn't make any friends that day. But it was more encouraging to watch, definitely. So I'm kind of hoping now, fingers crossed, that, you know, we can try and take that into the weekend. We've got a double header against Lewis now, so that'd be interesting. As you go there on Saturday, and then they come to us following Tuesday. Sort of how everything's shaped up with all the postponements.
Yeah.
So that's
funny how that's worked out. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, funny how it's worked out, really. Yeah, but I mean, they seem to be as inconsistent as us. Really, get some good results and then lose silly games. So it could be anyone's game really on Saturday. Just what team turns up, really.
Yeah, it depends who turns up, isn't it?
Jekyll and Hyde a lot of the time.
Well, it's like when we faced them and had lost a load of games, and we made them look half decent. And I mean, I still gutted that we've given them 6 points this season. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
I've got to go over to Terry now. Sorry, John. So Terry, no win since November, and you've only managed to win a game. So
19 games.
19 games.
It's 20 games without a win. And I honestly thought we was going to be doing the same again. We had Chatham the week before. It was a much improved performance. We deserve to get a draw out of that one. We've got our new players. We've got Toby on each of the wings, so we played 5 at the back. And
can I mention Don Vose? Was Don Vose playing in the Chatham game?
Was.
And what was the score in the Chatham game?
Lost.
You lost, right? So then you played Canvey, and then what happened?
He wasn't playing, so
he wasn't playing. So you won. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it was 3-2, and I was thinking we end up with our usual. When the ref added 6 minutes, I was like, "Oh, here we go. Where we can concede in the 26th, like we usually do." As it happens, we actually held on, and I'm really sorry, John.
I think I just had that sneaking suspicion, and you know what? I've seen you got a fairly good. Well, I say fairly good result. Like, I mean, you run Chatham close in the week. I thought, I reckon we're going to be up for it now. So it's I don't know. It seemed like everything about that day was going wrong for us. So, you know, that's probably to be expected. But fair play, you guys. It was a good performance from you.
Having been playing further up front, that new lad Rio, he was a revelation because does
he dance on the sands? Oh, that's her name is Rio, isn't it? No, sorry, go on. Sorry. I
think we're going to have to incorporate that into get a song going on that one.
There you go.
Definitely do that.
Get something to do with him and Sands at least.
Yeah, very good.
Have you changed tactics now then? So you're defending crazy for the last sort of 10 minutes or so?
Haringey, but then we concede in the 90th minute, which is a major achievement for us. We just, it was only the one goal this time, still only one, you know.
Do you think there's a glimmer of hope of staying up now?
It's going to be a bloody hard task.
Yeah.
It is, because I think we worked out we've got to win games. It's just not going to happen.
They've got other teams have got quite a few games.
Canvey's going to not funds Concord.
Yeah,
because they've got so many games in hand. I think that's going to be our downfall. So.
Do you face many of the rest of the bottom 5 in the run up for the rest of the season?
We've got Horsham at home, Shorten, Field,
Is she still cutting out really badly, or is it me?
Yeah.
I don't saying that. So I will try and work a bit of magic with your audio when afterwards.
I honestly don't know what's going on with that.
It's because you're not used to winning games, so
it could be the excitement. Yeah.
but the games in hand, they're not points in the bag, are they? So
exactly.
There's still some hope there, you know.
Yeah. So. Well, you know, eternally optimist, living hope.
Well, saying that, you're talking about. I mean, obviously Whitehawk are mid-table. I mean, let's look at who you've got. Oh, well, tonight there's Yeah, it's bottom versus fourth, isn't it? Kingstonian are playing.
Dulwich, isn't it, or is it?
No,
No, it's Enfield.
Chesham. They're playing Chesham tonight, aren't they?
Oh, that's it.
12. So.
And I'm sure Kingstonian won their last home game, and Cheshunt ain't been playing very well. So I mean, Cheshunt's just below you, isn't it? So there you go. So Kingstonian might get a result.
Yeah, they're going to take points of each other, aren't they?
Mm. I like the away day at Margate. I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? So I want Margate to stay up.
I really, really, truly do want to stay up, but I'm being.
I want Concord to go down. The place stinks. Tell you what, Mark, have you ever done an away day at Concord, mate?
I don't actually think I've been Concord, to be fair.
Mate,
in Margate, Canvey, and Hastings.
There's a bloody sewage works near there or whatever, and it's
literally the other side of the goals.
Oh.
There is some grounds when I look at the enclosed and I think we are lucky to even have this. It's so far away and horrible still, but at least it's not. It's better than some, yeah.
I've not experienced the Margate away yet with the Hastings guys, so I look forward to that next season. All right.
One of the best. Has it? You got the one on Seafront, or was that or was that Ramsgate? Am I thinking Ramsgate? The Witherspoons on Seafront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Ramsgate, yeah.
Ramsgate with the big old Wetherspoons, yeah.
But Margate, I'm sure.
Oh, Margate as well, kind of down by the way the beach is.
Yeah.
Or like mechanical elephants, something like that, isn't it? I think we went in there. Yeah, that's it. I think we've been in there, not the time just gone, but the time before.
Oh, they're both. Yeah, there's they're both Wetherspoons on the seafront, but Ramsgate's got the biggest one in the country. I think it is.
It's used to be again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's really nice, the Ramsgate one. When you sit outside the back and you just
absolutely
stand in front of you.
There is other pubs to go to. Sorry, we don't all work for Wetherspoons or anything. Yeah, but they are quite nice.
If you go to Ramsgate, go to that Spoons, we'll have a good time.
That's your sponsor next week, isn't it, Chris?
Exactly, mate. I tell you, if Wetherspoons are listening, mate. Don't worry, mate. I'll have some of that.
Tim, is it? Tim's on.
Yeah, he's a good black.
Yeah.
Actually, you met up with Aaron from Hashtag, didn't you?
Go on,
because we had a load of games called off. Go on.
Yeah, so not Saturday gone, Saturday before. On my way up to London, wife and son were going to the Arsenal women's game, and my daughter and I were going on to Potter's Bar to see Hastings versus Potter's Bar, and we dropped the wife off at the Emirates, and 5 minutes down the road saw on the group chat that the Hastings game was off, which was marvellous because I was already up there, already in London. So contacted Chris and said, have you got Aaron's number, Aaron from Hashtag? Because I thought, well, see where they are. And they were going to Wingate and Finchley. They were at Wingate and Finchley away, which was about sort of 5-6 miles from where I was. So although we were very early, we went there, met up with some of the guys from Hashtag and spoke to some of the guys from Wingate and Finchley, standing there in my Hastings jumper. So they made me very welcome. So that was quite nice, to be honest. So
was it a goal fest? Was it?
Oh, absolutely. It was a massive goal fest, real good one to be one. Yeah, it finished 0-0. Yeah. Possibly the most boring game I've seen for a long time. But they were very welcoming, and it was good to see different fans from a different perspective. How they. I mean, I've obviously been involved with the Hastings lot and seen away fans, but it was good. It was quite interesting to be amongst them and listening to some of the songs that are, slightly different from different fans, really, which was quite an experience. I mean, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to have gone to it if I wasn't up there, but it was nice to sort of be there. Bit different. Hashtag are a very different team to watch, but good for them. They're going about their business, doing what they love. So fair enough. Good for them. Aaron's a nice chap. Nice for him to sort of bring me along with the rest of the Hashtag guys, to be honest. So
he wasn't.
And then
what does he do again? He goes, what's that thing where they play? Oh, I'm sounding really old. I am quite old, right? But the computer games when they're on the YouTube all the time.
Oh yeah, he does like
streaming. Yeah, he does the streaming. So I'm surprised he gave you any time, mate.
Yeah, I know. He was talking to me about that, and that seems quite a different thing to do. It's not something I've been involved in, but like I say, good for him. If that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, he needs a girlfriend.
Fair enough. Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. No, it was very, very, very good. I did it meant I was able to do a bit of filming for my vlog. So, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to because of the Hastings game being off. So that was quite nice, quite a different thing to do. And then obviously last weekend, from Hastings' point of view, all ready to go up the pilot field, getting all ready for that. Pulled off again. So ended up going over to Bexhill 10 minutes before kick-off. That was called off as well. So yeah, I gave up in the end and went home. So yeah, really from a Hastings point of view, can't really report much on any of the games because there hasn't been any for the last couple of weeks. So yeah, and I wasn't on the last pod. So
yeah, well, you know what the beauty of this is? I said to my missus, I said, look, love, I'm not going to the Hastings away game. This was 2 weeks ago. I want to spend time with you and the family. And unfortunately, that game got called off, right? And then last week I was supposed because I work job was doing that to work the weekend. Again, fortunately the game got called off.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I've got powers, mate.
Right?
Powers
if you could let me know next time if you could let me know before I drive quite a way to go to somewhere, that'd be great. Thanks, Chris. Yeah.
And funny enough, I can make the rescheduled games. That's the beauty of telekinesis. Yeah. I think it is.
So we're going to go have another go this weekend and try and go to Wingate and Finchley. So I'll be going back to where I was for hashtag. So yeah,
that's a toughie.
Yeah.
Well, we get. Let's go to that.
Yeah.
Let's go to that straight away. I mean, obviously.
Before we do though, one of the comments that was made, one of the comments that was made to me by one of the Wingate and Finchley fans was, I'd put my coat on by this point, so he couldn't see the Hastings jumper, and he said he walked past me thinking I was a hashtag fan and said, "Your team's not a real team. They've got no history." And I thought, well, actually, mate, I'm a Hastings fan. I think there's a fair amount of history in Hastings. So, yeah, it's an interesting comment. I know that obviously all the fans, they sort of say different things to different people to try and get a reaction. So it's quite an interesting thing.
We've heard worse, haven't we, Lee? Let's be
fair.
Yeah. That usually involve all sorts of language. Saying that, and the hashtag just gone to Aveley. They're going to go and start playing at Aveley's ground now.
Oh, are they?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, their women's team already plays there, so I think it probably makes the most logical sense.
Yeah, their ladies team play there, and they're.
I can't. I don't like Aveley's ground at all.
No, it's all right. I got sick of being that place in East North.
Let's just quickly look at the league. So you're looking at Hornchurch. Hornchurch, I think, have got this in the bag.
Yeah.
I think they're 8-9 points clear, 2 or 3 games in hand.
Yeah.
We've got who we got Chatham have got Carl Shorten. They're playing at Carl Shorten, aren't they, on Saturday? You can't see them losing. So you think those two? Do you think those 2 spaces are already sewn up? I mean,
it'd be hard to see Chatham throwing away sort of second place now. I mean, as you say, I think Hornchurch seem to pretty much have it in the bag. It's going to have taken a spectacular place for them to even see ground really on that. Chatham just seem to be able to bring in the men to sort of shore things up. They can sort of change their squad about and bring in the quality they need. Bringing people like that, Rowan Lyburn, scoring goals for fun for like Cheshunt and Ramsgate as well. So it'd be hard to see that. The one thing I've quite enjoyed in the last couple of weeks is ever since we beat Billericay, they seem to have imploded. Yeah. So
a little bit of a wobble.
Seem to be looking as tenable as it was. But then after that, looking down to even to about like sort of 8th or 9th, really, there's still teams who could make that last playoff place. It's still really open.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. You're absolutely right. It really is open, isn't it?
I mean, because you look. So Billericay have got. I've got hashtag. I've written it down here. I've got hashtag on Saturday. Now a normal Billericay side should be beating hashtag, but when you got spanked 6 goals, then didn't Chatham beat them? It was 6, wasn't it?
6-3.
Yeah. And then you got Wingate against Hastings. So those games also Wingate a 4th place. You don't know. You just don't know what Hastings team's going to turn up. I'm a little bit of dip in form at the wrong time for people that want to make the playoffs, but we've had a good season. Don't get me wrong, Hastings fans.
I'll tell you what though, Wingate, I didn't think much of it. I don't know whether it was just both teams were boring, cancelling them out at the same time. I don't know, but they didn't seem to have much, to be completely honest.
You did some illegal footage as well for. You've done some illegal footage, haven't you? Yeah. Hopefully that works, mate. Anything.
I filmed as much as I could and emailed it to the manager, Hastings manager. So I'll be taking my cut next year. Yeah.
The one tip I will say is watch out for. I think they got a player called Ruben Carvalho. He's probably one of the better players I'm watching this league this year. I think you give him half an inch and he'll turn a goal and score. So if there's one man you want to stick defenders on at the weekend, it'd probably be him.
The only bit of really shouting and sort of cheering I heard was when they announced his name at the start. Really, to be honest with you, apart from that, they're pretty quiet, the fans. But it was they did really like when they announced his name.
Yeah, he seems to be a popular boy. I mean, whether they hold on to him after the season would be big ask, because I think there'd probably could be a few conference South clubs sniffing around him, really. So,
well, and also we've got of this Saturday we've got Whitehawk Enfield. So, Mark, what Whitehawk's going to turn up against Enfield, who are you just don't know with them. I thought Enfield would have secured a place in the playoffs by now, but they just keep.
Yeah, but we just seems to be getting them home results as well, and that's what always keeps us alive, really. Away from home, it's always just feels like a bit of a free hit. We sort of just go, right, let's just try and get something out of this. Just hope for the best. But at home, I don't know, it just clicks and it just works. They always say shooting towards that din end in the second half is what helps us getting 3 points. But yeah, we're quite good for a late goal most of the time at home as well. So
definitely, I feel down.
The only way I'm optimistic, and the only reason I'm optimistic is because it's at home. So anything, I mean, what Whitehawk turn up, I couldn't tell you, but we won last night. So there's that bit of confidence going back around, because we lost a bit of morale in the squad for a good few weeks, and it was a bit of a weird moment sort of in the club. Everyone was sort of a bit like, what's going on? Everything just something just felt off. But yeah, a couple of good results, and that's quickly swings the momentum. The boys seem right there, and in good place at the minute. So never know. Enfield could turn up and beat us 3-0 easily. But yeah, say at home we could easily beat them 3-0. So it'd be more fascinating than what the league table says anyway. Put it that way.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've already convinced me, mate. I'm easily twisted into putting money on anyone. So you will be part of my home and aways on Saturday. And you can hopefully do us a favor. Well, if we get a result, Hastings, obviously. I mean, this is the beauty of this part of the season, isn't it? Everyone, it's shit or bust time, isn't it? At the end of the day. I mean, right then. One of the things I wanted to ask, though, is will Horsham, because Horsham have got a couple of games in hand, didn't they? Are they going to be the ones that are going to take the place of one of those we've spoken about in the playoffs, or do you think, because Horsham have played a ton of games this season?
Well, that's coming. It's just whether they can get consistency together, really. I mean, they seem to put out some really good results, like away at Billericay, but then lose some silly ones elsewhere, even at home. So it's just whether they can keep that momentum. I mean, it's just going to be whatever team can gather a bit of pace at this stage of the season in their form is going to be the one that breaks it. It's just like I say, anyone can beat anyone. You
really can't tell in this league. I don't know if it's like it in other sort of non-league leagues around, but there seems to be, because everyone seems to be on different number of games played, don't they? It's really hard to gauge anything, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got a few teams that are on, say, 28, 29, and the rest are on like 31, and there's a big imbalance. So
a couple of teams on 32, isn't there?
And this division is so unpredictable. It's crazy. You literally never know what you're getting from one week to the next. You'll be standing there watching your team, looking at the sort of results coming in as they go, and you're going, how is this happening? But how is these scores coming about? This doesn't make sense. And it's just this division. I think that's why we all turn up week in, week out, really, isn't it? I suppose that's why we go.
100%.
That good.
I mean, I'm hoping Horsham are thinking about their Sussex Cup final and forgetting about the league, so that we can. I'm hoping we can pinch the playoff spot, but we've got the Sussex semi. Hang on, sounds a bit dodgy. The Sussex semi.
Oi.
I usually take pills for that. No, Littlehampton Hastings. That's on the 12th of March. I'm hoping. Am I in your car, Lee? That sounds even dodgier. That sounds even dodgier. Look.
You get in my car with that semi, Chris. You'll be fine, mate.
Yeah. For a sausage. Yeah. Oh, no, it'd be a threesome, wouldn't it? We'll have Bennett in there as well, won't we? So, yeah. A gay affair.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, I
Thanks,
don't know
Chris.
with that. I've got
There's been more cut out of this podcast than any other podcast.
No, it won't. I'll leave all that
Chris,
stuff in. That's fine.
You are welcome to a lift.
Yeah. As long as it's not one like a fake taxi. Anyway, let's
Know what I mean?
you don't. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Play the innocent type. Play the innocent
I'll
type.
Google
Ironically.
How's the radio at the Hastings thing going?
Oh, he was going to do it. Well, yeah. You know, Tom Dyson-Laurie. Yeah, Tom Dyson-Laurie does the radio for Hastings. Yeah, he's sorted out. We had loads of tech issues. He swapped. I'm now not going to know what I'm saying here, but like he swapped whatever thing he uses it on. So it will be back from I think our home game. I'm not sure if he's doing it for Wingate.
Right.
But he should be doing it for the next home game, which I'm not at. So that'll get rained off.
Oh, good stuff, thanks.
So,
any of the other teams here? Any other teams here do radio at theirs? Is it?
We used to years ago, but we haven't done it since about 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might look into next season. Now I've actually got Wi-Fi in our press box, so it could work, but we'll see who's committed to doing it.
That's the thing. It's a commitment, and we ain't even got Wi-Fi, mate.
Oh wow!
It is, isn't it?
Bloody fruit.
That go on A&M or FM, then you're one.
Mate, yeah.
A hashtag the only team in a division that do any sort of, because they have a commentary team, don't they? And they sort of do highlights for their games through their channel, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think they do live stream their matches to paying members, but they've always got a highlight package afterwards.
Who'd pay for that? Who'd pay for that?
Yeah,
Just saying. Just
So.
Yeah, not biased at all. Not biased
no,
at
of course not.
No.
Lewis and Horsham got radio. I know Horsham definitely got radio.
I think they do actually, yeah. I mean, they do. Dulwich do as well. I know they've had it for a little while. I think Billericay do as well. I sometimes like to listen to the Billericay one where we beat them away and just hear the disappointment in the commentator's voice.
Yeah, no, you should have heard the Lewis. Well, because the commentary packed in, I was doing the commentary for the Lewis game in the first half, and we give up with all the tech issues. But yeah, you want to hear about the miserable git? That was me. It was quite funny. But yeah, right, all right. Well, listen, look, thank you very much, all of you, for coming on. Lee Parnell, Terry Scott, Mark Gorry, and of course John Andrews. Thank you, boys and girls. Hope you get to the games this Saturday if you can. And see you again. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Bye.